please. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Sir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Respected brothers and elders, respected chairman, Dr. Mahmood, principal of the AQI, and the respected brother Kir, AQI family and fellow students, I'd like to welcome all of you with Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today your lead teacher, Ustad Humaira. I'm just going to recap last 3 lessons and I will hand over to our Ustada, Sister Humaira, inshallah. Last Monday, we went through lesson 6, 7, and 8. Lesson 6, we are going to recap what we have learned. We have learned 3 parts of sentence. We've learned 3 components of Jumlatul Ismiya. First part was subject or mubtada, fully explained in the PDF. Part was predicate or khabar, again, fully explained with examples. Third part was object or maf'ul, fully explained with examples. Lesson 7 recap was type. In this lesson, we have learned and explained 5 sentences. There are only 2 main sentences, contain all 5 sentences. We've learned Jumlatul Ismiya, non-informative sentence and meanings. We've learned Jumlatul Ismiya, nominal sentence, with examples and meaning. We've learned Jumlatul Fi'liya, verbal sentence, with examples and meaning. Shartiya, conditional sentence, with examples and meaning. We've also learned Jumlatul Zarfiya, adverbial sentence, with examples and meaning. The non-informative sentence contains Amar, Nahi, and Istifham. Contain Jumla Ismiya, Jumla Fi'liya, and other sentence. And finally, the recap for lesson 8. 4 properties of noun. In these lessons, we've learned as ITNG. Letter I stand for Iraab. Letter T stand for types. Letter N stand for number. Letter G stands for gender. In this lesson, we 4 properties of noun and their status. I stand for Iraab, showing haraka in the last letter of the noun. Examples, Dhamma, Fatha, and Kasra. T stand for types, the Marifa, definite or proper, and Nakira is common or indefinite nouns. N stand for number, singular, dual, plural version. Plural has further 3 types, broken and plural. And G stand for gender, divided into 2 categories, masculine and feminine. Those were the takeaway for you from the last 3 lessons. And I've made a note and they've gone over it and they've also done the MCQs. I'd like to know how many of you done the MCQs. Can you raise your hands, please? And show us how many of you done the MCQs for lesson 6, 7, 8. Okay, 3. Take a test from you on MCQ. I just need to know. This is the way of you improving what you have learned. If you do the MCQs, you will know whether you've learned it properly. The MCQ will determine. So whether you get it wrong or right, you tell us that you've done it. And if you got it wrong, then we can hear, you can ask us questions. Show more hands, please. I've only got 3 people showing their hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 28. That's not good result, is it? We need more people showing their hands. I hope all of you are hearing me.
Yes, Ustad.
Yeah, but we need more people to raise hand and show me how many of you done the MCQs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people now. Any more? 6 out of 28. Not very good result.
Ustad, assalamu
Yes.
alaikum. Yeah.
Wassalam.
So out of 29, 36, which is about 20%
Yes.
of the attendees,
Attend.
Alhamdulillah, these people have understood the importance. Maybe, Ustad, we could not explain the importance of attempting these MCQs. This is your test. This is your exam. This is not a lecture. You have to do some work. You have to test yourself what you learned, and you will make some mistake. And if you do not make mistake, you will not be successful. So 20 is a good number. It means to start successful, and 80% people will be unsuccessful. I don't know if you heard the rule of 80-20. 80%
Yes.
people always watch what others do, and 20% people show how to do it. But that everybody, inshallah, everybody has got the message slightly better than how we did before. Inshallah, they will do this from now on, inshallah. Otherwise, they are the losers, Ustad. Please carry on. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, like I said, that it is very important, and I'm also emphasizing to all of you, it is very, very important that you answer these MCQs wrong or right, because if you don't make a mistake, how will you know it is right? That's what, and if you do it, you will understand the PDF lessons better than just listening to our lecture. So I hope, from now on, you will do all the MCQs, inshallah. And now I'd like to hand over to our Ustada Humaira. Sister Humaira, you can start, please. Do you want to share your own document, or are you okay to see my share document?
I can share. You can share yours, or okay,
Okay,
because it's already on
yeah,
shared.
but you want me to share it, or you're going to share your own document?
If you have your document, Ustaza,
Yeah, I have mine.
yeah, please share. It will be better, inshallah.
Okay. Open mine.
Recording in progress.
You're trying to share?
find it. I'm trying to share.
Inshallah. MashaAllah, it's coming.
Yeah. Increasing the screen, it's not moving.
Right edge, if you on the side, if you could try on the side, is
Hide it.
Okay, now, yeah.
this is better. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني ويفقهوا قولي ربي يسر ولا تؤسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين. Respected Chairman, faculty, the esteemed faculty of Al-Qur'an Institute, and my dear brothers and sisters, we all are students, not you and me too. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam.
So just now, listen to the recap of the previous lessons. And this lesson happens to be in connection with the last lesson, lesson number 8. Dear brothers and sisters, when we go out, when we have to buy anything, we look for properties of certain things, veggies or fruits or expensive item like gold or silver. We look them, identify them with the properties. And here in this class, we are going to identify the properties. An Arabic sentence is made up of ism, fail, and harf. And we have chosen first, the first element, that is ism, and we are going to review and see what ism. And ism has 4 properties. Let us start with the first property, Iraab. In Arabic, it is called Iraabun, and it is represented by the letter I. Second property, type is, in Arabic, you'd call it Khasamun, and represented by the letter T. Number, Adadun, represented by letter N. Gender, Jinsun, represented by G. And the whole acronym ITNG is an abbreviation for you guys, for every one of us to remember it well. You know, acronyms are used in language to help us remember concepts. So ITNG is an acronym which will help. Let's go first to Iraab. Iraab, which is the status. Is it the word status? Probably is a very common word which is ringing bells. Our economic status, our job status, people, no sisters, not the WhatsApp status. This is the status of Arabic, the ism. Iraab, the status varies according to their function or role in the sentence. We shall study these in detail later on. Iraab. Nouns have three types of endings, which are marked by three vowels. Iraab is the vowel sign on the last letter. There are three: Dhamma, Fatha, and Kasra. Examples of words ending in Dhamma are Al-Kitabu, Kitabun, Muhammadun, Al-Babu, Babun. An example of words ending in Fataha is Al-Kitaba, Kitaban, Muhammadan, Al-Baba, Bab. And words Kasra, examples of that are Al-Kitabi, Kitabin, Babin. Sometimes we are overwhelmed. Oh, what is this Iraab? And add the haraka on all the letters of the words. But this happened to me when I was a student. But remember, Iraab is the haraka on the last letter of the ism. Last letter of the ism. According to their endings, they are given different Iraab status. You must be wondering, why should we keep changing Dhamma, Fatha, and why can't we take only one haraka? But the grammarians, long time ago, they have decided these rules that they change their haraka on the last letter depending on the roles they play in the sentence. Let me give you a simple example from daily life here. Let's talk about an imaginary man called Ahmad. And he is going to the hospital and wearing a coat because he is a doctor. And a doctor has to roles in Arabic language. And while doing so, they change their kasra to, they change their haraka to make the reader realize what their function is in the sentence. That helps us understand the meaning of sentences well. Let's go. Iraab is the haraka on the last letter of the ism. According to their endings, they are given different Iraab status. For example, if the ism ends with Dhamma, then its Iraab is called Marfu. It's in Marfu status. To Rafa. For example, if the ism ends in Fatha, then its Iraab is called Mansub status. In short, Nasab. For example, if the Isra, then its Iraab is called Majroor status. In short, Jar. So you must be wondering why, when it takes Dhamma. A word works as a file, it takes, for example, Dhamma. When it works as a maf'ul or an object, it takes Fatha. Is in a jar majroor status or mudaf ilayh murakkab, then it takes kasra. So these are certain broad guidelines which of course later more and more. So but this is just an outline. What is the takeaway from this unit? Ira.
Ustad Humara,
Yes.
the UK student that can go pray Maghrib and come back. you
Yes.
can carry on with it. I can watch on the recording for whatever they're missing. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, Sajid.
Okay.
So those in London, if you want to do your Maghrib now, you can places. Let Ustaza continue. And if you miss this, 5-10 minutes, it's just to watch the recording later to catch up, inshallah. Okay, Ustaz? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, inshallah.
Okay. Your takeaway you were mentioning, Ustaza.
Yeah. Let us have a recap of what we did in this small lesson. The first property of the noun, which is the Iraab. How do you find the Iraab? Let's go to the first example and see Al-Kitabu. And Al-Kitabi is in the Majroor status because it has a jar. So the Iraab is the harka on the last, and there can be three types, Dhamma, Fatha, Kasra endings, which are represented by the Marfu status, Mansub status, and Majroor status. Any questions, please put it in the chat box. Not. You can
Yes.
ask questions later.
Later as well, inshallah. You can carry on, Ustaza.
Let's go to the second property, which is the type. And in Arabic, it is called khasmun. And it is represented by the letter T. This is the type of noun. T is the type of noun. It is either definite or indefinite. Definite noun, which is also called proper noun, in Arifa noun. Second kind is indefinite, which is called a common noun, and in Arabic, it is called nakira noun. For example, a boy, it does not specify which boy. It can be any boy. Or if I say a pen, it can be any pen. So that means this is a common noun. If I say the boy, or I say Ahmad, this time I have specified and I have pointed to a certain boy. So it will be labeled as a proper marifa noun. In Arabic language, by default, all isms are common, nakira. So all the isms, every ism is to be a common noun unless it contradicts the demands of common noun. Note that common noun may become proper or marifa. So some of the common nouns can also be converted to proper noun. There is a procedure like you add al and pronounce. So those things would be dealt in detail later on. Common noun known as nakira noun and also indefinite noun. And the examples are khalamun, a pen, baqaratun, a cow, madinatun, a city, kitabun, a book, rajulun, a man. And proper nouns are called Al-Qalamu, the pen. Muhammadun, Makkah, Makkatu or Makkah. Black stone, Al-Hajarul Aswad. So you see here, Hajar is a common noun, but it has been converted a proper noun by the addition of al. So it becomes a specific black stone. So this is how you convert it. This is a very short lesson, but then these basic concepts, we think this is small, but the future knowledge and future concepts are built on these building blocks. So remember, let's do what we did in lesson 10. We studied the second property of noun, which is qasamun. It has the proper noun and the common noun. The proper noun is called marifa. The common noun is called nakira. Arabic language, by default, all the Arabic words are common noun, unless they violate the requirements of common noun. Baqaratun, Madinatun, Kitabun, Rajulun. And the examples of proper noun are Al-Qalamu, Muhammadun, Makkatu, Al-Hajarul Aswad. The names are all proper nouns because, the name is given to a specific person. So there is no conflict. So it is a definite noun. Any questions?
If you have any questions, please feel free to post it on the chat box.
Yeah.
And she will answer that all at a time, inshallah. MashaAllah, very well explained, Ustaza. I don't think they will have any question to ask because, MashaAllah, you have been explaining it so nicely, so much confidence, and also keeping a nice space between each segments you are teaching, MashaAllah. These two were quite easy, right, Ustaza? These two?
Yeah, easy, self-explanatory.
But I can see you are bringing some a little bit more involved lesson. So inshallah, they will be able to cope with that in the same way, with the same space. Alhamdulillah, carry on, Ustaza. Yeah.
Now, brothers and sisters, let us go to the next element of ism, next property. This is called the number. So when we go and look at the words in Quran, and we want to find out if it is a harf, first, and look for all the signs and all the properties. So here is the third property, which is number. All isms have number. Number is either it is singular. Remember, in English language, we have only singular and plural. We do not have dual, but this is a beautiful quality of Arabic language. It has dual. It has specific form for dual. And there are three types of numbers: singular, dual, and plural. Plural nouns. Plural nouns in Arabic are mainly two types. sound or broken plural, Jama Salim, broken plurals Muqassir or Jama Taksir. We are starting with 3. We are dividing numbers into 3 categories, singular, dual, and plural. And then take the plurals into 2 types, sound or broken. If you recall the words in English, we have car, cars, boy, boys, horse, horses. So you just add a S and then it becomes a plural. There's no signal for duality. Also, these are regular ones where you just add S and it becomes plural. These are called the sound. They can be just compared a little bit to our unbroken plurals in Arabic. But look at certain words in English too. Foot, plural is feet. Mouse, plural is mice. Goose, plural is teeth. So they are that is a kind of irregularity. Similarly, not exactly in Arabic, you just cannot get all the rules of English. And Arabic has its own distinct qualities. In fact, this is a rich and more superior language. That is why Qur'an was revealed in this language. So here we have sound and unbroken plurals, which is called Jama Salim. Sound or unbroken plurals are named so because the original word remains unchanged from the dual form. And for the dual form, Ina and Ani are added. Singular nouns. Ani and Ina are added to the last letter of the singular nouns, and Una for the plural nouns. Muslim chart below is showing sound, unbroken plurals, Jama Salim, Jama'e Salim. The Muslim chart is essential to understand the Iraab, what role the noun plays in a sentence. The roles could be one of these example, fa'il, subject, maf'ul, object, or harf jar or mudafile relationship. Muslim chart, that doesn't mean that Muslims are divided into chart. They use the word Muslims, to make a chart, and you can make a chart with any other similar word. And first, let us deal with examples and see how the status of words differs when they have different roles to play. In lesson number 9, the status, the examples are given here. We are doing with the masculine chart, Muzakkar. Muzakkar is masculine. And first I'm going to talk about the examples and then go back to the chart. The first example is Muslims pray 5 times. So who are praying? Muslims. Muslims is the subject. So here, the word Muslim acts like a subject, file. So whenever a noun acts like a file, it is doing something, then the last letter of the word takes Dhammatain, which is the default state of the nouns. This is Muslimun. And second example is Muslims read Quran. So who read Quran? Muslims read Quran. So what do Muslims read? Quran is the object. So if you have to translate this sentence, the word Quran will take a fatha instead of rafa, and it will be in mansub state. Or another example I can give you saying that people like Muslims. So what do people like? So Muslim becomes the object. If that new example is taken, then it gets fatha, like Muslima or Musliman. The third example is many scientists in olden days were from Muslims. Some Muslims is a phrase. It is called a murakkab. From is a hurf jar. Any noun that follows huruf jar gets kasra. If this sentence would have been translated in Arabic, it would have been, the last two words would have been minal muslimi. Min would be from, Muslim would be the word following it, and it would get a jar, kasra, minal muslimi. These are the examples to show you how the status of words differs in Arabic, depending on what role they are playing in a sentence. Come to this chart. This chart, brothers and sisters, is very important. You got to memorize it like small children. We sometimes in Arabic, memorization helps to retain, but understanding and then memorizing is more useful. So let us go. If it is in Rafa state and it says Muslimun is singular, dual, and Muslimuna is plural. You know, in Quran also dual is used. When I remember speaking about Musa with his servant, they both were going so. When speaking about Musa and Harun and various places, the dual, this thing is used, and you see the to the word last. In the dual state, ani is added. And here in plural, una is added to show the plural masculine state. Coming to when the word substate, when the word is functioning and is in the mansub state, Musliman here. It has been changed to Musliman, Fatatain. Then coming to its dual thing, Muslimaini, Aini is added. And the plural is Muslimina. Aini, Ina. This happens, the same thing happens in the jar state too. When it is acting in the jar state, the dual and plural are the same. That makes you remember better because you don't have to learn 3 times. But you would then say, what if both are in the same state? How do I find out it is dual and plural? Don't worry, brothers and sisters, there will be other indicators in the sentence which will make things clear to you. So please repeat after me. Maybe you can still this thing muted, but repeat after me so that you get the flavor of the chart. Muslimun, Muslimani, Muslimuna, Musliman, Muslimina, Muslimin, Muslimaini, Muslimaini. Again, Muslimun, Muslimani, Muslimuna, Muslimaini, Muslimaini, Muslimin, Muslimaini, Muslimaini, Muslimina. You can practice at home. The feminine chart. Again, the same examples like Muslim women are caring. Muslim women is the subject here, working as Muslim women are the file here. So when the word acts as a file, as a doer, as the subject, then it gets rafa. Remember that. When an ism works as an file, as a subject, as a doer, then it takes the rafa status. It has a dhamma on it, on the last letter. Muslims must follow Islamic rules. Here is the word Islamic rules is object. So whenever a word becomes an object, it is in the nasab state. The last letter of the word would, and then whenever there is either a jar, huruf jar, or if it is a mudaf, mudafilay, Allah's house is a possessive phrase. It shows the possessive relationship. Whose house? Allah's house. So the second noun takes the kasra. Then it is called to be in the jar state. So these are the rules. So here also, let us look at the feminine words. The same Muslim word to a Muslim woman, it is represented by this ta with 2 dots, which is referred to as tamarbuta in Arabic. Next time you hear about tamarbuta, it is this ta with, it's a sign of feminine word. One of the signs. There are others which you're going to learn. We cannot overwhelm you with lot of knowledge here because we are climbing step by step. Muslimatun. Muslimatun is one woman. Muslimatani, 2 women. Muslimatun, plural. Then when these women are used as an object in a sentence, they take fatha. Muslimatan, muslimataini, muslimatin, muslimataini, muslimatin. Again, the dual and plural for feminine is also same. Compare this with the masculine chart. Here, the plus no una in women. Compare and contrast to remember. Look at similarities and dissimilarities. That would help you remember well. Mute your phones, but still, like a elementary school child, we have to repeat. Muslimatun, muslimatani, muslimatun, muslimatan, muslimataini, muslimatin, muslimataini, muslimatin. So this was about Salim. Salim means solid, unbroken plurals. These charts were for sound plurals. That Salim is unbroken. And Jama Mukassar is broken plurals. What do you mean by broken plurals? The non-broken plurals are called unbroken because the original word remains the same. When you say Muslim, and when you make a dual of that, Mim, Sin, Lam, Mim is intact. You just added Ani. Mim, Sim, Lam, Mim are intact. You added Una. So the original word remains intact. You are adding endings for plural. But in broken plurals, there is no similarity, or you can see some additional letters being added in between. look here, Rasulun, Rusulun. Rasulun is one singular prophet, the messenger. Rasulun is messenger. And if you do the Jama, the plural, it is called Rusulun. The Fatha was changed to Dhamma on Ra. And then Vav is omitted. And go to Ainun, which is I in Arabic, and its plural is you. Look at the additions here, and the fatha being changed to sukoon here, lot of changes. So when you break words, then those are called broken plurals. And you have lot of them, usually the body parts which are in pairs, ears, lips, hands, these are all in pairs. All these are in broken plurals. Most of them. Some of the other examples are nafsun, anfusun, ruhun, arwahun. So this is how you have numbers, the numbers play in Arabic language. Let us recap what we learned in lesson 11. Lesson we dealt with numbers, which is the third property of ism. And in numbers, and ism is of three types: singular, dual, and plurals are again subdivided into salim and mukassar. Jama salim, jama mukassar. Unbroken plurals. And then we have this masculine char for Muslimun. Then you have the feminine char, Muslimatun, which you got to learn. And we see how they differ when they are in different status. We learned about Jama Mukassar, the broken plurals, and what's things is that they go that the broken plurals also take the same kind of tables. Like you just have to take the broken plural here and then add endings to that. Kitabun, kitabaini, kitabani. For example, if I take ruhun here, ruhani, and then it would be ruhun. Yeah. So it takes the same thing. You have to keep adding ani and whatever is the plural for that. It follows the same set rule. It will take the same rule over there too. What is the takeaway? Any questions?
Takeaway is the memorization, Ustaza. There is no choice. Really memorize it. And once you complete, is it only one page, right?
Yeah, this is only one page. There are not.
I can help our students, along with your help, to memorize it now, inshallah. Is that okay, Ustada?
Yes, yes. I'm almost done.
Right. Brothers and sisters, we will do this simple task. If we say you will do this at home, some will do it, some will not do it, and some might find it hard. Doing this for year after year after year. Inshallah, with your participation, we will complete it today. this task. What Ustaza said, remember, there are 3 rows. I'm looking at the Muslim chart. Jama Salim. Ustaza, slightly lower the screen so that I can see the heading of that.
Oh, I don't know how I missed the screen here.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Okay. So it's written on top of the first chart.
Okay,
Okay.
let me share it. Oh, next one.
Ustaz,
Yes.
shall I share my screen? And I
Yes.
can, let me just share, allow me, please. Alhamdulillah, she has done a great job here so far, mashallah. Okay, can you, we're on, is it number, is it?
Yes,
11.
that's the one. That's the one, yeah. Number 11.
Can you see my screen?
But I don't know whether you're sharing or Ustad is sharing.
Can you see
I
I'm
can
moving?
stop. I can stop sharing.
Yeah, if you stop, then I will have it, inshallah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm moving.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Right. What we'll do, brothers and sisters, we'll memorize these 2 charts. One is Muslim chart, unbroken sound plural, and Muslim chart, unbroken sound plural. One is masculine, muzakkar, and one is feminine, muannas, inshallah. First, the male section. She has clearly said that sound plural means the core structure of the ism remain intact when they change from singular to dual plural. A broken plural, the core structure breaks. You understand that so far, okay? So this is the difference between sound plural. Sound plural, another name is unbroken plural. Jam effect, okay? And broken plural, they just break. So that's why they're called broken plural, jama mukassar. We need to just bear in mind that we have to remember this first row is rafa, and this second row is nasab, this is jar. And you need to, as Ustad clearly explained, this is your subject or identity of the doer. If it is playing the role of a doer subject, then their harakat would be with dhamma in singular, or starting point. And the nasab, if it is playing the role of a Musliman, Muslimin. So first thing you have to memorize is Muslimun, Musliman, and you have to remember, without looking at anything, Muslimun is the Rafa status. And Musliman is which status? Can some students also talk, please, with me?
Nasab.
Now, Musliman, nasab status, mashallah. And if it is Muslimin, it will be jar status because it's taking kasra at the end. So first singular column we learned Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. Rafa, nasab, jar. We have to remember the order. This memorization, it's going to be needed all the time with no exception. So make no mistake. Pay attention. Inshallah, today, before you go, you all will memorize these 2 charts. So first column is Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. Clear, everyone? Put it on the chat box saying, yes, I know this now. Ustaz Muhammad, if you could monitor, please. Okay. First column, have you memorized? Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. Rafa, Nasab, Jar. Okay.
Everyone, please say yes.
And then I can move to the next one. Okay.
You can put your answer on the chat box.
Have you memorized? Do you now know the first column singular number, which is Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin? There are Rafa, Nasab, Jar. Rafa row, Muslimun is the first. Row is Muslimin. Shall I move to the next one? Next column, which is dual. And dual, you have come across with the term, it's called Musanna. Okay, Musanna. And the first row, Rafa, Mun is Muslimani. She said clearly, Ani is added. Ani is added for Rafa. Aini is added in Nasab, is added in Jar. What did I say? I said Ani is added to Muslim, and then Aini, Aini. Muslimani, Muslimaini. So originally we had Muslimun, we have learned Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. Jewel, Musanna, Musliman. Sit down now, pen and paper, and you say it yourself as well, otherwise you'll not memorize it. Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini. Nasab and Jar, same. Can you see they're same color, 4 things there? Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini. Are we okay with that? Please respond. If you want me to spend more time to help you to memorize it now, we can do this, but it has to be done now. Brothers, what did I say? Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini. Okay, it's a starting at the end. A means ani, aini, and aini. Because last different. You need to know the difference between each of them, and they are very easy, very easy. You will get it. So have you memorized now the second column, which is Muslimani, Muslimaini? Please say yes. Otherwise, I'll keep going through this again and again and again and again until you tell me you have memorized the second column. Ustad Muhammad, are we getting any response?
Yes. There are quite a lot of students saying yes, they do understand.
MashaAllah. Okay. Keep an eye on those who have not said anything.
I've got 50% reply. Out of 33, I've got 16.
We need to have more, Ustad, yes.
I know.
I will continue.
I'm asking all the students to please reply.
Okay. The next column is Muslimuna, Muslimina, Muslimina. Now, what was this on dual column? Muslimaini, Nasab and Jar. Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini. Now we are saying first one is different and special. Una, Muslimuna. But the next one, Nasab row, is Muslimina, Muslimina, Muslimuna, Muslimina, Muslimina. Okay? So what have we got now? Muslimun, Musliman, Musliman. Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini. Then Muslimina, Muslimina. Are we okay to do a quick test?
Yeah, please.
Put
your answer on the things.
Type in English. Yeah, Rafa row, they need to tell us in Rafa row, first row, singular, dual, and plural of these 3. If they could write it in English, not Arabic, saying Muslimun, then Muslimani, Maini, whatever. I'm just hiding the screen. First row, we are testing quickly. So they should say Muslimun, then dual version of it, then plural version of it. Rafa, row, first row. Muslimun, then on the chat. Okay, started answers coming, Ustad. MashaAllah.
Yeah.
Musliman. Oh, wow. Wow. Keep doing. Keep doing. First row.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 9 answers.
It's good for some people, Ustad.
Mm.
Those who are not confident or not sure, they can copy it, but there is a problem. This is wrong, then they will be wrong. But try to do it from what we told you, inshallah, it will be all good. Very good sign.
But I actually, I like new students, the rest is not. So I'd like to confirm on the chat box that they have learned this and understood it.
Bushra Zwadar is new, Nazneen is new, Shamima is new, Mutiyat Salawut new, Hazira Aladdin is new,
Yeah.
Selim Haq is new, Shammi Kadri is new. Yes, mashallah. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Now, you have still chance, you just make a note, we'll test it again. But the next column, okay, next column is Musliman, Nasab row. I'm sorry, next row, Nasab row. Musliman after Musliman. Musliman, then Mahini, Muslimina. Bushra Jwardal, you are the superstar.
Hajira also got it right.
Yeah. Make sure they don't copy it, Ustad, okay?
Yes. Salim Haq, Boston Muslim. Okay. Musliman, Muslimina, Muslimai, Muslimaini. Yeah. No, I think you got it wrong. Okay. Musliman, Muslimaini, Muslimina. Yes.
Okay. Now, why is less number, Ustad?
I don't know.
Okay.
You have to repeat it, yeah.
Nasab row is Musliman, Fatha ending, Nasab, Fatha ending, Musliman, Muslimaini, Muslimina. Okay? We'll go to the next row, Ustad. Okay? Now it's Muslimin, Jar, Kasra, Muslimin. And then what happens? You remember? You remember? It's same as Rafa. The same Nasab row. Okay? So can you complete? Last row, Jar row, Muslimin, Musli. Yeah, keep doing. Chat box.
Yeah. Muslim, okay. Muslim. No.
Yes.
No, there's no one. No.
Muslimin, Muslimaini. My and I would be better, or Y and I would be better, correct? Muslimun, Muslimaini, Muslimina, mashallah, mashallah, mashallah. Ustad Sadiq, are you there?
Yes.
Mashallah, they're very good students, Ustad. They're doing it in the class, mashallah. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Okay, to move on, I have to go to now feminine chart, okay? Ustaza Humaira, you know what happened today? You had Allah, because you didn't take the break, mashallah, you continued, and you completed full teaching, mashallah, very nicely, within 1 hour. So I thought we have time, let's just do the memorization here as well. You are happy that we are doing it in your class at the same time. Is that okay, Ustaza?
She's mute.
Okay, no worry. So we'll do the feminine. This is slightly different, remember. One of the typical sign, alamat, of feminine noun, ism, is ta marbuta ending. It's called round ta. Okay, it's called round ta. Okay, it's this. So Muslimun would be Muslimatun, typically feminine. Same ism, this is masculine form, and this is feminine form. Muslimatun, Muslimatun, Muslimatin. This is easy, right? You will remember that. That was Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. This is Muslimatun, Muslimatan, and Muslimatin. Is that okay? Is that okay? Shall we move to the next column? Yes? Yes. So the next one, remember the masculine chart, we said Muslimun, Muslimani means and in feminine, common sense, is feminine. So it will be tani ending, tani, tani. But instead of this round ta, it will become the normal long ta. Okay? And alif will be added. That ani will be there. And then ta marbuta has become, ta marbuta, round ta has become long ta, long ta. So tani. In fact, it's same ani. And because of the feminine, it's ta. Okay? Easy to remember. Muslimatani. And Muslimatun. Muslimatun. Okay? Slightly different. There is no similarity of the pattern. Okay? You have to remember this is Muslimatun. Muslimatun. Then these two, easy, because I said to you, this is Maini. And so it's a feminine version of this. Ta marbuta, ta is that ta came in the middle. Muslima taini, Muslimaini, Muslima taini. Can you see? Muslima taini, Muslima taini. Muslimatun, sorry, I'm sorry. Matani, Muslimataini, Muslimataini. Is that easy for you? Does it sound easy for you to remember and never forget? So dual column, Muslimataini, Muslimataini. Shall we move to the next column? Yes? Unique? Remember. There will be exception here, there, and we'll say, stop, take a pause, think about it. This is different. Try to remember it for future. Muslimatun, Muslimatun, Muslimat. I cannot say it's like that. No, it's unique. Okay, Muslimatun. And then the jar and nasab is, they are both same, and they are Muslimatin. Don't ask me, it is Fatha column, sorry, Fatha row, nasab row. Why Muslimatin is in kasra here? This is Arabic grammar, Arabic rule. We question why. This is a general principle in learning Arabic, because these are rule. Rule is rule. Okay? So you have to just remember this. So the dual column is Muslimatani, Muslimataini, Muslimataini. And in plural column, we have already got Muslimatun, Muslimatin, Muslimatin. Muslimatin, Muslimatin. Are we ready for doing the whole row, Ustad, without looking at this?
Yes.
Okay. You guarantee they will do well now?
Yeah. They should
Okay.
understand.
Okay. So I have just
Let's do the test. Rafa.
Rafa, please.
Uh,
Singular?
brothers and sisters, yeah, Rafa, single, all of you.
It's a feminine we are doing, so it's the Muslima tun, it will start, okay? Muslima tun. They already done it. Tani?
Yeah,
Muslimat.
Muslimatani, Muslimatun.
Wow.
Yeah,
Keep an eye on this sister, Bushra Jardar. She seems to be,
very
mashallah.
good. Yeah, I've got 3, 4, 5.
Hmm.
Sister Shamima, Mutiat, Salawu, yeah, Sister Bushra, Ajira, Nazneen. Any more, please? Salim Haq, yeah, Muslimatun, Muslimatani, Muslimat, yes. Salim's got right as well. We want more people to answer. We've got 33 students.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. Muslimatun, Muslimatani, Muslimatani, okay. Nahan, Muslimatun, Muslimatani, yes, okay. Any more? Those who are answering on the chat box, you know they are interested and they will go very far. If we all try, even if we get it wrong, we will know when we got where we got it wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it is important when we start ask you to interact and put it on the chat box. Please do. Please put it wrong. You'll correct it as you go along.
Yeah. So one day. Okay, let's do the next column, next row start for
Yeah.
feminine. Muslimatan, then we need the dual version of it and the plural version of it. Muslimatan.
Everyone, please answer.
I think they're
Nasab state, Nasab.
already doing it.
Muslimatan,
We are
Muslimat.
doing nasab.
Yeah.
The last plural is Muslima, not Muslimatun, okay? It's different.
Yeah, Muslimatan.
Sister Bushra is correct.
Yeah.
Ish Aisha Muhammad Shamima. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's coming up now. Put the correct version. You make mistake, you learn. If you don't make mistake, it's difficult to learn, I'm telling you. Yeah, Mahmuda Akhtar done it. My wife saying,
Not Muslim.
hmm?
I think Muslim.
Brother Gas Ansari, we're doing Nasab row Muslimatan. Starts from Muslimatan, Muslima. Yeah, have a look at this. Correct. Muslimatan, Muslimataini, Muslimatin. Okay. Muslimatan, Muslimataini, and Muslim. Okay. Let's do the last row. It's easy to do. And it starts with Muslimatin. Dual and plural for Nasab and Jar, they're same. So write it down. Then we will ask you some random question, not in order. Okay? We are doing Jar row now. Mutiyat Salawu, mashallah. Bushra. Mashallah.
We need only
Yes, please.
Muslimat, Muslimat, Muslimat.
No, that will be too hard. That's fine. Okay,
Okay,
we've done it.
got few answers. Yeah, I think most of them got it right.
MashaAllah, good. Now, Ustad Sadiq.
Yes.
Mula has a pattern to follow, formula for each. And you have seen how the formula works. Muslimun, Muslimani, Muslimuna. Any sound plural will follow this. But you know the bad news is, and masculine and feminine both, pattern, one formula. But masculine, but broken plural does not have any formula or any pattern. 200, 300 different patterns of different ism going from singular to dual to plural. So bad news. But the good news is you don't have to know them. Inshallah, later on, when you look at broken plural or even a dual version of it, inshallah, you'll be able to recognize it. I'm getting some. Oh, no, that's fine. Okay. So all we will do now is just to give you some examples. And Mr. Humaira already covered that. Kitabun, right? And kutubun. In the next few classes, we'll just briefly show you how many patterns of them. There could be 20, 30, 40 different patterns, okay? And you don't have to worry about this, as I said, okay? Only thing you have to remember, look at this, how the structure is broken. Kitabun and kutubun. Kitabaini, kitabani. Is there any who can tell me why dual version of kitabun has got two options here? Kitabani and kitabaini. You don't have to be correct because we haven't discussed it, but is there any clever student here who can tell me that this means this and this means this? Yes?
Ani is for Rafa status and Aini is for Jar and Nasab status.
And your name is?
Nazneen.
MashaAllah. Ustad, remember the name. They are the superstar, okay? They will have special preference from us, inshallah. And where are you from, London or USA?
I'm from USA, Chicago.
Oh, that's even better, because I have seen, alhamdulillah, mashallah, very, very good, very smart. So UK students, please bear that in mind, inshallah. I'm from London as well. So Anyway, okay, good. Yeah, correct answer. This is kitabani is the rafa row, from the rafa row, marfu rafa. This is which row?
This is Nasab
Nasab.
and Jar.
Nasab and jar both are same, mashallah. And so this is dual, and this is the, can you see the structure? This is what you have to remember. Singular and plural, it just breaks. Okay, there are many examples which will come up. And Ustad,
Yes.
I mean, I will bring the Ustad Humaira now, and Ustad Sadiq as well. Ustad Muhammad is there to talk about, and Alhamdulillah, I'm so happy. Now you need to test it. How many of them really got it? Ustad Humaira, Ustad Sadiq, Ustad Muhammad, just ask them answer. What is their problem? If there is a problem, Ustad, ask them to just listen to this recording and not leaving it for 1 week after, Ustad. It has to be done in the next 24, 48 hours, two charts.
Yes.
I leave it to you three, Ustad Humaira, Ustad Sadiq, Ustad Muhammad. Please make sure. Then we can finish on time as well. Ustad.
Sister Umara, is your
Yeah.
class?
Yeah. Thank you, Ustad, for this beautiful explanation. I was also repeating after yourself. And brothers and sisters here, please keep on working on this. And if you want to practice, you can just record your voice when you are done learning, record those tables and send it to us. We are here to listen to you. So don't worry. Please learn, record your voice, or just write and send it to us. We are keep in mind, this is the way of learning the language. So certain things are unavoidable. But as time passes, you tend to forget. So keep repeating these tables like a child, and then record your answers and send it to us. Either write it or record it. Both ways are acceptable. What do you say?
Absolutely correct. And also, if they do MCQ, what would happen?
Yeah, MCQs would further strengthen your learning. It makes you keep thinking why this and why that, and then that would help you, and keep those and them again and again.
Inshallah.
MashaAllah. It's very good.
Ustad, I have stopped talking. I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, inshallah.
Sadiq, our vice
Yes. If you want to experiment with this chart more, you can take 1 or 2 words like kafirun, salihun, katibun, and then make a table and send that. That would be out of the box. Instead of just looking at this, look at the table here and experiment with 3 words. I'm giving kafirun, katibun.
Salihun. Okay, write it down. A very good tip. Salihun. And you said kafirun. Kafirun. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Bun.
Katibun.
Bun.
Bun. Very good homework, Ustada. Now, one tip for you. If you do salihun, okay, male, then what would be the feminine version? Salihatun,
Yes.
correct? Salihatun, kafiratun, katibatun. Done, and you can go. And you can do both, correct? Wow.
Right.
Wow. Okay. So you will do both chart, okay, in your at home. And that is something you may share in the group. You know why? Because others will be inspired. They will try. And when they do it, because you showed it, you motivated them, you will get a lot of reward as well. This is not for your benefit as well. Sometime share your good work as well, inshallah. Ustaz Sadiq, if you come in, then I'll stop talking. Otherwise, I can't stop, as you know, Ustaz.
Yes.
Okay, and I think Ustaz Sadiq, you should say something about our Ustada Humaira. How did she do it today? Ustaz Sadiq, you there?
Was he just taken off actually?
Okay.
Okay. So shall we conclude it and we'll stop recording?
You conclude it. You say something about our Ustada from United States, Ustada Humaira. Alhamdulillah, you just
Yeah.
unless she wants to conclude after you say something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ask her.
Sister Umaira, do you want to conclude, please?
You can conclude it. Jazakallah khair for attending the class. You know, Quran, in Quran, Allah says, I have not created jinn and mankind except to worship me. And one of the components of worshiping is reading the book of understanding it, acting upon it, and spreading upon it. And you, brothers and sisters, are a part of this group. So may Allah bless you all, and may Allah increase all of us in knowledge and save and other guna. Ameen.
Okay, my brothers and sisters, our Ustad has done beautiful class today. If you have any feedback, is most you felt and was it okay for you? And she explained nicely and you understood everything. Also, our principal, Dr. Mahmoud, has given 20 Muslim chart. Now, Muslim chart is very, very important. Trust me. If you don't memorize it, the future lessons, you are going to struggle because we will have example based on chart. And when we pose a sentence for you, or when we ask you to read the sentence and identify the Muslim chart, you're going to struggle. That's why we want you to chart as it you have heard, unbroken plural mainly, Jama Salim, masculine muannas, and muzakkar, both of them. Masculine and muannas is feminine. Both chart must be memorized without fail. And hopefully next lesson, we will also take some tests from you that you have. I know we've got 33 students, but only about 16 students participate tonight in the chat box. The others didn't. Now, the message for others, if you're serious about learning this, learn the Muslim chart. Every time, anytime, any lessons where we say to you, memorize it, this is because you need to memorize it. Otherwise, we would not ask you to memorize it. You understand that? So it is, and for us also to progress, we learn the Muslim chart. Trust me, when you are reading the Qurans, Muslim chart will become very, very handy. Because if you know it, when you're reading Quran, you'll identify whether it's singular, dual, or plurals. Like Sister Humar has explained, or given you three sides, you know? So this is coming in Quran, inshallah. So that's all I like to say, inshallah, and we'll see you again, inshallah, in Monday class. And do your homework and do your MCQs. And if you have any further queries or questions about anything, put it in the chat box and we will get back to you, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Subhanallah bihamdi, subhanakallahumma bihamdika. Illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum.
Ya Manal.